Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to episode 4 of Take 3 Envelopes. It's part 2 of episode 4. So, right, where we'd got last time, we'd made this deep pocket as a flip out there, so we're going to have a couple of nice long tags or journaling cards in there, and we was just getting ready to be able to stick some things down and that. What I've thought is, since the camera was last on, these two have got like that little chink out of it and this one ain't. So just for continuity, because it is going to have that pocket there, I am gonna take a little bit out. I'm just gonna with I can't bother to reach a pencil, it's only down there, but right, that's the centre. So I just wanted to make a little mark, it's just by the end, and we know to cut out a little bit there, and I don't want it too big either. Right. And so yeah, here we are again. I hope you're all well. This part, it might go quicker. I'm not sure. I've got a few things already prepared. So yeah, I just think with that bit, it just makes it all tie in everywhere and look good. Right, but before we stick them down, I just need to put our little circles on this one and this one. So in part 1 I stuck 2 of these little coin envelopes together, didn't I? And you can hear and see it's quite firm now. So I'm going to cut 2 circles out of that, if I can. Oh, that was hard work, where it's got quite a few layers. Oh, we're lucky I didn't have to go and get one of the boys. That was really hard to do, but it's done now, so that's cool. I've just got to make a hole in the middle. But yeah, it was quite hard, where it's 4 layers, because the envelopes, I stuck them together themselves, both pieces, and then I stuck the 2 envelopes together. So yeah, it's 4 sides of what would be normally this thick up here, and then there's that's much thicker. So I need my pokey tool so that we can get our holes. Right, it's pretty much centre. Just giving myself a little bit of a chance, because yeah, it can be there's no way I was going to be able to push a brad through 4 layers. Right, and so now we just got to see, we want one there and one there. So although I don't normally, I'm going to get out a ruler just so that I know. Right, so if I've got that dead straight on there, then I can put this dead straight on one of these lines pretty much, and yeah, go there and yeah, there and about there. Right, I know it's not proper measured, but just yeah, so we've got that dot and that dot. Right, I should do this dot a little tiny bit darker, because otherwise it's lost. So I need to grab me brads, and they're just here. No, right, there's this one, and I want 2 the same. That's a nice colour, I think we'll have those. Right, cool. Right, so we've got our brads, I've got a bit of string, I've got 2 eyelets that have been squashed. I might only need 1 because the other one's going to have string. Right. Let's try and get this through here. Yep, that's cool. And just make a little hole where our thing was. Oh, and this is the one that's going to have the string. So I'm gonna, right, I think I'm going to tie it round. And then I'm going to put some glue there as well, because I don't want to do a double knot and have it really seriously bulky. Or should I? Right, no, if I can pull it tight enough it won't be bulky, will it? I'll see if I can keep it on the brad and not come off. Right. There. Right, and then just pull it really tight. As tight as I can without pulling it off. Right, and now I want to trim it. So we've only got the one piece coming off. And I think I am going to put a bit of glue on there as well. So I'm just making sure I've got a hole. I did start using this one, so it should be alright. I don't know whether that won't get through because it's, oh no, it is fine. I didn't know whether it was because it was hard inside there, or if it was just me, because this is all a bit bent up. It's not going to go in and out. I'll have to do a new one. Right. There we've got the first part of our closure. And in there, I'm going to want a bit of washi. Right, and I'm going to... That end's a bit frayed from my nails, so I'm going to cut a nice clean straight edge. And another. Right. That's way too much. I'll just make that a bit smaller. It's just so it will cover the brad and not catch on things going in and out. So I want a bit of glue on it, because washi's not going to stay put forever, but it will with this on. And we're just going in there and just taking it just across our brad there. Right, and there we go. We've got one part of our closure. Oh, I'm liking it. Right, I'll probably cut this string, well I definitely will cut that string a bit shorter, but at the minute we're alright. Now I didn't use one of these dud ones because I had the string underneath, but I am going to use it under there. So, right, let's open our envelope up, get my fingers in here and find our dot. Right, there. Right, gently, I don't want to stab myself, that's it. Right, and then this time we want our disc on our brad first. Right. And then one of these cancelled, like already pre-squished brads that have squished or that have come out or whatnot. And then, and don't worry about this being seen because it's going to be covered in it. But again, I'm going to do the same thing with the washi. Oh, what was that? Oh, alright, it was we've started. It's just my old punch. Look, the big one. The big punch. Right. And yeah, just taking it up to the edges, making sure it will stay nice and smooth, so that nothing's going to catch. Right, and that one is it, yeah. I was just making sure nothing had stuck to itself. And so in a minute that'll be stuck down. And this is our closure. But it won't seem like a closure much at the minute because that can still happen. And I've got to cut some of this. I'll cut it at the minute to about there. That should be fine. Right, and now we're going to stick this down to make a pocket. And there's nothing we have to do with the inner or that. That could just be stuck down like that. Now, what was I thinking? Is that going to be a pocket, or we're going to... I think I'm going to stick this whole piece down, so that's not a pocket. This is just the pocket, because that one's right inside. Things might catch. So I'm going to put a little bead of glue in that one, and then this one. The glue going all the way up to the end, there, and then yeah, I'm going to take it over this bit. So we've got one pocket. Right. And let's grab bone folder. Just making sure it's all nice and properly glued, because it's got part of our closure on it, so we don't want it going astray anywhere. So now that's glued down, this closure will work fine. I've got to get under it, that's it. Right, so that will be our front. And now I'm thinking about decorating that, but before we get to that, let's do the inside. Otherwise we'll just be going back and forth, back and forth. Now we've got our brads and that in place, now we can put our little winners. So that's cool, isn't it? So I'm wondering, and I've got that bit there. I don't need it. That bit was only so that it was our hinge, wasn't it? I don't need to go anymore. Now, what was I thinking? Is this just going to be one pocket? Yeah, of course it is, because that bit I'd have to leave both sides open and that would be rubbish. Right, so for a bit of strength, I'm putting a bit of glue in there. And then just gluing that flat down, making it a nice strong cover, because that's our cover. Right, and then this one is our nice big pocket. And so yeah, I hope everyone is doing fabulous. It is so lovely and sunny here at the moment in the UK, like mental. It is really, really lovely. So yeah, I've really been enjoying that. Sitting out the garden or playing with Olivia out the garden. It really has been lovely. Hang on, I've got to line that up properly to that seam. That's it. Right, are we in line? Let's look at it that way. Right. Yeah, and then that will close like that. Right. And we've got a big pocket there. Right, so that's cool. This one, I'm not going to stick that down, so you would be able to tuck something in there as well. And then we've got our nice big pocket. So that's kind of like two pockets. But it'll probably be like one anyway, because this is a journal. Well, it will be a journal. So yeah, it won't you won't have tons going in there, because this is where the journal's going to be. Right. So that is that, and then on this one we'll have a little pocket here like this. So and then yeah, it'll just fit something tiny in there. little bit of ephemera of some sort. No, that's the wrong way. It's got to be that way, isn't it? Right. Like that. Oh, I wanted that bit up there. Right. So there we've got our inside. And what we've got to decide is if I'm going to sew the signatures in, or if we're going to punch holes and have it on an elastic. Right, I think I'm going to punch eyelets, and then we'll make a little booklet and slip it in there. But yeah, it can be changed out. So this could be like a holiday kind of journal planner kind of thing, and you can tuck in all the pockets, little bits and bobs, receipts, little souvenirs, and maybe like put on a stamp, like buy a little stamp in one country and put it on there, and then the next time you use it you have a new notepad and put another new stamp on. I'm thinking that way. But before we get to there, I thought we've got this lovely big deep pocket, but then I thought from the same paper I've cut out a couple more of pockets. And then at this end, that's too skinny to have another smaller one, in my opinion. So I'm going to put that there, like a belly band. That's something that can slip inside. So I've cut them and inked them just to save time, because it's not like I'm giving you strict measurements, because everyone's envelopes are different sizes, aren't they? So I haven't been measuring or telling you any measurements, we're just going along. So I thought it saves time for me to just cut these out and ink these, rather than you just watching all the boring cutting and inking. But yeah, it's been fabulous here. I look at my white mark. I have to wear this all the time. It's got my patch underneath that gives me my pain relief, and I'll wear a band over it, because if it was to come off, which they can do when you get hot and that, or they come loose while you're in the bath and things, and then if it came off and stuck to a child in my house, or anywhere really, it's really bad. One come off once and stuck to Jamie, and it made him feel really, really ill, because he wasn't used to this kind of strong medication. And so yeah, he felt really, really badly ill. And so ever since then I've worn a wristband. But I've got a tan line because I have to change patches every 3 days. And when I do, you have to swap arms. You can't have it in the same place. You can have it at different parts of your body, but if I've got it on my back or my chest or somewhere and it comes off, I wouldn't know. So I wear it on my wrist where I can keep it under a wristband, and then I'll know I'm not endangering anybody. But yeah, I'm going to, if the summer stays like it's starting, I'm going to end up like a tiger with different stripes at different places. Right, I'm really loving that, and it's starting to feel a lot firmer because of the layers and that. So this is going to be our front, and that's the back. I'm thinking about putting something on there, but on the front I just showed you I've got some stamps. Some are real, some are fake. I can't find, I had an envelope stuffed with stamps and I'm not sure where it is. Yeah, I know I've got it, but yeah, I can't remember where it's gone. And so I've hunted high and low in the place that it should be, where these were and that, and it weren't there. But yeah, I've got a couple that we could use. These ones ain't even stamps, they're just fake ones that come with a scrap paper book. Right, let's see. Ink around that one. Oh! And yeah, hopefully I'll find it with a few more stamps in, but these ones are fine at the minute. But yeah, I did wish I had more because I think it'd look a lot better. Right, that one. And well, I've got a second class with the Queen. We'll have a first class with the Queen. Right. And yeah, maybe going like a zigzaggy kind of way up here, kind of maybe something like that. Yeah, I think that will look kind of cool if once I get it glued down, just going along that piece there where the space in between these two. So let's get cracking. I'll start from the bottom because I'm layering and work my way up. Oh, and try not to drop them. Right, I was about there when I. Okay, it's a fake one. There. Right. And then I have this one. Okay, just overlapping that one a little bit. And then we've got another Queen, and we are a second class Queen. Or shall I do? I'll do the fake one again. Going like that. And then we've got the Queen. Come on, glue, come out. That's it. Right. Queen. Overlapping him like that because, yeah, it looks fake, you can see it, but it's just helping me get up towards the top of the envelope because I haven't got many to choose from. Right, there was this in here, but like that is like a picture of a stamp and you can see that that's what it is. Right, okay, that's cool. Right, I'll put these three little ones away. So I don't want to lose them as well, and so yeah, when we shut it, yeah, but I like the look of that. I like how it's looking for them stamps going up there. I'm pleased with that. Now, what else I did have, but I'm really not sure, is I've got this off of an old pair of Lily's jeans. I wasn't sure of putting it in the back, and it could fit something in. I don't know. I'm going to leave that for now because I'm really undecided, and I think we should put our little eyelets in and then make our little journal. I think that should be the next little plan. Right, so I don't know if I've got 3 eyelets. We're going to set our eyelets in here, punch our holes, and yes, then we'll be ready for our little booklet that we're going to sort out. So, I've got my hole punch, and I'm just going to go into this spine, yeah, about, yeah, there, just line it up so it's central, and we've got our hole. And oh yeah, I've got to dig out some elastic as well. Oh, talking and trying to squeeze at the same time. That was a bit of a funny voice, wasn't it? I sounded like I was turning into the Hulk, like that. Oh, what a donut! Yeah, don't talk and strain at the same time. That was a weird voice. It was like either the Hulk or like I was just about to become possessed. Right, it's got our eyelets. Let's grab the sewing box that's got me elastic in. I've got thin elastic from this. Oh, there it is there. It's actually on the thing. I was thinking, oh, where's it gone? Right. Okay, let's see. Scissors. And yeah, this with these, right? Once you've got your elastic in, you don't even have to sew pages if you don't want to. If you want to be a little bit like lazy, or if you just don't like sewing the pages, once your elastic's in place, you can yeah, it will just hold in your papers if you didn't want to sew. So just a little thing there, because yeah, not everyone likes sewing or feels that they're confident with it and that. And yeah, these ones, or if you're just in a hurry, if you forgot and it's night before you go on holiday and you're thinking, oh, I wanted to take my little travel journal and it ain't got no new pages, well, you just fold them and let's see, I am going to sew these ones, but I'm just saying, you just pop them in with your elastic and that's it. You've got a travel journal and it ain't going nowhere, see, because all the pages are held in with the elastic, which is super cool. Because yeah, I've got a thing, it's not similar at all, it's made out of fabric and everything, but I've got elastics for my Christmas journal, and I always use the same big chunky cover in really lovely red velvet, and I've just got elastics in there for my little booklets that I make, a bit bigger than this because it's a bigger thing. But yeah, when I started doing my Christmas shopping, I thought, oh, I'll have to just pop some pages in for now until I've actually made a couple of new ones. This was like last year because I had a lot going on, and yeah, they just stay in place, so there's no dramas there. Right, I'm just gonna ink a little bit. I have inked some of the pages, not all, and I probably won't ink all of them. I'm just going round here though, because this is our little cover. And yeah, what was I thinking? Oh, pocket. I was going to put a pocket on this one. And I've already inked on the outside. So, look what I've just done. Knocked over a big load of them. Let me sweep them into my hand. That'll teach me for not putting the lid back on, won't it? Right, I was going to put a pocket. Right, I've got a bit of this. I could have it that way, but I think I prefer it that way. It's just the bit I cut off the bottom. And let's see, I have started to ink it, but I need to ink it a little bit more, because I've got it out and then I wasn't sure, but I am now. I do want a pocket, even though we have got all pockets in our little envelope folder thingy. Right, and then when that's shut, I'm going to need to cut a sliver off of the ends so that it sits comfortable. So a sliver, I'd say that's a sliver. There we go. And let's see now. Yep, that fits nicely, so we'll glue that in, and I've got a couple of other things inside to glue. I've used some of Amy's kits. I think I've got a couple of pages from Buttons, a page from 1923 I think, by 1920, yeah, well, yeah, that one. And I think I've got a page from Ada, but what I'll do, I'll just link Amy's shop below, and yeah, you can go and check out all the kits. Some of the newer ones that I'm not using in this little thing, because it's not got to be very thick, otherwise it'll be too big. But yeah, some of the newer ones are just fabulous, they really are. Yeah, this is a page, I think, from Buttons, I think, and I folded it to make one of those tube pockets that Dawn did, and I did say at the beginning when she did them, this is going to become one of my new favourite things. I know it is. And it has. I'm using them left, right and centre. Right, I was just looking, because I've dropped my scissors, because right, that comes out of there. I'm going to take a bit of this off, because I don't want a flappy big bit getting caught inside the pocket every time things go in and out. So I thought I might as well just cut it off. And then we can glue along that seam. No one's going to see this bit underneath, so don't worry that I cut a wonky line. It's fine. Don't panic. And I might, because this side doesn't match up, I think I'm going to put a little bit of trim there, but I don't want it to be heavy. I want it to be very, very light. I'm just looking to see if I've got any offcuts in here. I don't think I have for what I want. No, I need it that long. I ain't going to have to cut that long. I'll just work as I can. Grab the box of whites and creams, and silvers and golds. Little, I'm looking for. Little, oh, like that. I don't, oh, is it long? Little and not bulky. Ta-da! It just takes the, I know it's not covering, coming all the way down and that, but it don't matter. It just takes the focus away from that not matching that. Look, as soon as that covers it, doesn't really matter, you know. Oh, that is wicked. So yeah, and it's so tiny, because I don't want to go adding all frills and flounces and whatnot, and then I can't close my envelopes, because yeah, we're not going for a great big junk journal here. We're just going for like a little travel, like a little, you could call it a little traveller's notebook, even though I know they're a generic size and this isn't that size, and that I know, but it's for the same purpose. It's because it's for a little notebook when you're travelling. So if that can't be called a traveller's notebook, I don't know what can. But yeah, they normally are made to the same size and that by a lot of people, but I'm not doing that size. It needs to fit this. Right, so that's nicely done. I'll pop that in there. And then, yeah, I'm just going to shuffle these papers a bit into position. I'm not going mad with too mad, like with how they're lined up and everything like that. I'll tell you what I do need to do though, because they could be sitting a lot flatter than that. Right, there's the cover. I have not gone over my folds at all, so I'm going to do that now. Right, and then making sure as well that they're the right way up. So I'll do this now. Oh, and I've got a fold there. Yeah. And yeah, I'm just going to go through all the pages and just burnish these creases so that we've got a nice flat book. Right, burnished all the pages, and then I realised that I stuck this pocket on upside down. So the map, you couldn't really notice inside, but on the outside, like, I can notice that if it's the wrong way up. So I didn't want that. So, but I've not got another piece of this paper, and I want this for my cover. So I've got a bit of coffee dyed paper, and look at the results I've been getting recently. They're so cool. So yeah, I've got a bit of this, and I thought I'm going to cover the inside of this cover. Oh, I could use that side. No, I think for this and that colouring, I'm going to use that side. And yeah, I'm just going to cover it. I know I'm trying to keep this little booklet not bulky, but yeah, that's why I've chosen to cover it with just normal paper, because I had a look through the papers, and I've got my heart set on this one for the cover. So that's what it's going to be. And yeah, we're having some coffee dyed paper on the inside. So all I've got to do is just flatten that all down nicely, and then cut around the edges. And just really smooth out the glue stick right to the very edges. And then I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, there's a couple of edges that need a little bit more milk. Well, just not a couple, just that one, I think. Right. And then, right, I can cut round that and stick the pocket back on. So, oh. Come on. Just, yeah, making sure that I'm not going to lose any of my cover. And then we can put the pocket back on. I could have made this into a big pocket, but I didn't want to. Right. And now, I'm just going to push the paper right into that crease. Varnish again, and then ink. And isn't that lovely? I've been scanning these so that I can make a digi of all the different kinds of imprints, or just sometimes it's not even imprints onto the paper, it's just the way the coffee or the tea will pull in a certain way, and yeah, it just makes really lovely markings. And some are really light and some are really grungy and dark, and so I thought I could do quite a large digi of all the different papers. And then when people are working on journals like me, when I'm working on a journal, you've got the choice of whether you want to go quite light and that with just little subtle patterns and things on, and subtle little markings, or if you want to go full on with really dark and really grungy. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the minute, is scanning on all the different well, not all of them, a lot of the different papers that I've been dyeing recently. And then what I've also done, I'm starting to make them into packs. Only a couple that I'll sell in my Etsy shop as not as the digi. I'll list the digi, but also do a couple of actual packs, because I know some people just don't like coffee or tea dyeing, you know, or don't feel like they've got the room or whatnot. So yeah, I thought I could do that because I have been doing a lot recently, and so yeah, they will be coming very, very soon. So that now, this is going to be our little journal. Oh, and yeah, where's the centre? I need to smush it all down with ruler, and then we'll grip it together, and yeah, go from there. Right, I'm in the middle. Okay, I think that is quite far down, as far as it'll go. Right. No, I can see I don't exactly. There's a couple of pieces that I want to move. No, they're all fine. Oh no, that one can move a little bit. Back to there. Yep, I'm more happy with how that looks. So we'll bang them down again. And then just clip them before we start sewing. Okay, actually, I'll put the blue ones at the top. That way we know we're the right way up. So now I'll grab our cotton. Right, I've still got a bit. I know the needle's massive for that, and the thread's really thick, but it is really super strong. I've still got this. It's on the magnet next to me, just hanging, because I just hate threading needles. I can't do it. It's really hard for me, and yeah, it takes me forever. So I cut my thread really, really long when I do cut it, and then it's there just on a magnet next to me for as many times as I need to use it. Right, so what I was going to say was, this little booklet I've made is just about 7 inches. So if there was multiple signatures, I'd be all measuring and cutting and marking it out, but there ain't. So I'm roughly just holding my ruler, and I know that I'm going to go in 1.5 inches from each end, and then smack bang in the middle, which would be round about 3.5. And so then, yeah, I'm gonna get my papers pretty straight, moving that, and then just push my pokey tool, or awl, if you want to call it your awl, which you should. That's what its name is. But yeah, your pokey tool, just yeah. Right, moving that out the way a bit so that I can just go in flat and not at an angle, so I'm coming out on my little fold, which would be my little spine. Right, so now we've got 3 holes. Taking our thread that's 1,000,000 miles long. I normally come from the outside in, but I'm not doing that today. I'm going to go this way. So we've gone in, we're going to go down to the bottom and come back in, following our hole towards out towards our thumb, which is right above the hole inside. I don't want to bleed on the notebook. Am I bleeding? Oh, a tiny bit. Right, I've got to be careful now not to get my blood on this little notebook. And then yes, so then I want to go out again at the hole, at the end. Right, and holding my book, and I had it before to get through. Oops. Right. If it will ever come through, it's really struggling to come back. That's it. Right. I don't know about to run that. I'll hold that back in place for a minute. Right. And then I want to come inside and try and get my needle back through that hole. Yeah, it is, but I wanted it the other side of the thread, which it is. So once we're there, we can pull it nice and tight and tie it off. And I know I've only got a couple of little, you know, like the tiny hole punch things in different shapes, but Lily has got a great big bundle of them, so I'm just going to go and have a cheeky look at her art supplies. Normally she's borrowing mine, but yeah, she's not here, and I want to borrow a couple of little shapes to put on there if she's got them. Right, although she has got a nice collection of those little things, the only one related to travel is a car. I did like the bird, but I think it's a bit too small to like kind of stick either side and stay on. So I looked in my charms and I've just got one, but the things I could find to do with travel was a flip-flop and an anchor. So I'm going to attach those to our long threads, tie them on, and yeah, they'll just stand out from the middle. But yeah, the thread is really thick, but it's what I had next to me, and I'll tell you, I'm not going to lie, this is what happened. I got out a smaller needle and some thinner thread, because this size little book don't need anything this thick, but yeah, I couldn't get it on, so I thought, oh, I'll use the bit that's already threaded, because yeah, I have such trouble with it. I think it's partly due to the fact that I shake, and I can't hold it steady enough, yeah, and just just me being me, I just can't, I really struggle threading needles. Is anybody else like that, or is it just me? I really feel quite inadequate. But yeah, right, so we've got a little flip-flop and a little anchor, which do relate sort of to travel. And on the front, I printed out this little wanderlust, so, which means like craving for adventure and to roam free. Now I want a couple of little brads just to go in there. I know it's only like a changeable, like in and out sort of notebook that you can, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not something that's going to be like your prized possession on your nightstand with, like, for you to journal in and that. But it is quite a cool place to do your holiday journaling, I think. And yeah, I've used a few different papers for Mamie Stitches, which are gorgeous. And yeah, a couple of my own. And yeah, that is going to sit in there. I'm not putting it in yet because I want to get that attached. So we're going to need a couple of brads first. I'm not attaching it with brads, so they're just kind of for show. And look, I need to see if I've got any littlings. I'm getting more and more on this desk. Small ones I need. Ah, small ones like that. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Perfect. I was worrying that I wouldn't have had any. hang on, I've got to look because I don't want them to fall straight through. No, I think they're just a tiny bit bigger. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just a tiny bit, but they do move. But yeah, I do want that size. I think the other size, let's take a peek. I'm not sure. Oh no, the other size look cool as well. I'm going to go with the other size. We'll have the bigger ones. We'll save the little diddy ones for other stuff. And so yeah, what I'm going to do, I'll probably finish this in a minute. But, and that'll be it, because it was just take 3 envelopes, weren't it? And we've done our, let's pop this in here a minute. We've done our 3 envelopes. So, like what we've made out of them. That part is finished. So I think what I want to do is I'm just gonna, I'm just getting this in position. One of them either side, like that. Right. And then what I want to do, like I said, is I want to put that on here. But this is going to have to dry overnight. I'm not attaching it to here. I'm going to put these in and, or make holes here, right? And put this over it. This Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. It's a bit like Glossy Accents, but it was cheaper and you got more. So thank you so much for sticking around for both parts. We took our 3 envelopes and we've made a lovely little pocket kind of journal with loads of room to put little souvenirs and bits and bobs, stamps, receipts, little items of ephemera that you pick up, and that, little images from leaflets, you know, like when you're staying in like a hotel or somewhere, and in the foyer they've got all the leaflets of the places that's around that area that you can visit. Just little bits like that you can fill it up with, and stick bits so that you've got like, I don't know, little bits and bobs stuck everywhere. And because it is only made out of 3 envelopes and not like a good quality cardstock or that, you will get, if you're using it for travel purposes, you would get bits that fray, like that start coming undone. And what would be more brilliant than every time something like that happens, you can patch it with things like stamps or receipts or stuff like that. I think that would be a really cool idea, and yeah, just make it look all the better, you know, once it's tattered and worn and that, and you've took it on a couple of vacations, you've got a couple of the inserts like that you've saved, you know, and they're tucked away. Each time you go somewhere new, you take a new little insert, and yeah, I just think that would be really fun. So yeah, thanks so much for sticking around till the end. I really do appreciate every single one of you, and of course this, I could do more to this little journal. We definitely need to fill these pockets and everything, but this was part of the Take 3 Envelope series, and that 3 envelopes are done now. So I've got a little bit there that I need to put a bit more. Oh no, I don't need to put more glue in. It's pocket, isn't it? I was forgetting that. It's a little pocket there. I was thinking, is that coming undone? But yeah, we've got a little pocket in there that I forgot about. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to fill all the pockets. I'll come back with a craft with me to do like bits and bobs to go in the pockets. But yeah, I think if you was travelling, it might be nice to just leave the pockets empty, so that you could put all those fun little things, the receipts, the stamps and whatnot, put them in the pockets, and then when you get home, you can take them all out, patch them all over the place, yeah, and make it look like, you know, like an old worn suitcase that's got all the stickers on from everywhere it's been. It could end up looking something like that, couldn't it, in the end? So yeah, love you all loads. I'll be back very soon. Stay safe and wonderful. Love yous. Bye bye.